Initially, I met some of the nurses interviewed me out at Mayview State Hospital, and they just wanted to know a little bit about me, and that I was very open with them about some things, and I didn't mind sharing with them. They seemed very caring, and they were sympathetic and accepting of me despite my problems.
Well, she was really. She had a happy-go-lucky type attitude, It was more professional, really, because you could tell right away she cared about, what she was doing and what she wanted to do for you. The trust factor was established at that point, That's one thing, that's one of the first things you have to deal with is whether you can trust a person or not. Mm-hmm. And it just, right off the bat, the attitude was there, and I developed the trust, right after that. It was like the winter time. It was winter time when I got out, and I couldn't go. I took a walk around the block, and it felt so strange, and it's just unbelievable, the difference. It's a major transition.
I just remember, feeling that sense of freedom, and that was really nice to be able to get out, I remember, speaking to some relatives and saying, I'm finally free, and I wrote on my calendar, a day of freedom.
Right off the bat, it went well, and immediately my self-esteem just started going up, and when I realized there was something positive happening to me, that was the situation where I was at Mayview at the time when I met her, and when the treatment teams came in, I was overwhelmed by some of the positive things that they said they were going to do for me. I was out there, and I didn't know who to trust because I didn't have any friends, or I didn't have any family or friends, and I just wondered, well, who can I turn to just to be safe and secure? And I have to go back again to CTT. They were there, and to build my self-esteem and to let me know that I'm going to be all right, because at that point I needed constant reassurance on everything, and I needed it again and again and again, and they gave it to me each time I requested some reassurance on it. And they told me, you can do it, you'll be okay, and it worked out well. There's privacy. The privacy issue in Mayview was zero. There was no privacy there. And in the situation I'm in now, in my own apartment, I got privacy, and I can make a lot more decisions for myself.
As far as transitioning, I felt comfortable, although I did utilize folks from the CTT team. I've had bad days since I've been out of the hospital, and I've had to talk to people about things, but I feel very comfortable talking to most of them about any type of problem I have, and I try to talk to them also about just general day-to-day things, so.
CTT also, makes you aware of your symptoms. They do what they call, a RAP plan. And they do that RAP plan in case you have your symptoms return again. I looked at that RAP plan. I've looked at it a couple of times. I said, well, this is what I said I would do once I got out if I had the problem and some symptoms. And I looked at it and I said, well, and I sprung into action, and I took care of business, and I had some support, and everything worked out well. One thing about CTT, they're the community treatment team, but you become a member of that team as a consumer, and that's a whole lot of support.
It's been wonderful, very rewarding, to be able to be there for someone, to let them see everything that they're capable of doing. it's just, it's very hard to put into words. It really is.
They see you being positive. It kind of just pours out on them. And my thing is, I try to meet them where they're at, rather than to try to bring them, I don't have expectations of where a person should be. It's where they're at, this is where I try to meet them at. But the first thing that I want to do is to kind of just validate their feelings, and just let them know that, okay, your feelings are legitimate, the way you feel, it's legitimate. So my thing is, okay, how can I help you to deal with these feelings, and how can I help you normalize your life?
I look forward to being out on my own, and I believe that I'll still have the support of my CTT. They'll still be around, and hopefully trying to get involved in whether it's volunteer work or paid work. I still struggle with some of my symptoms, so I don't know exactly what the future holds. But I know I'm going to do all I can. I'm willing to give it my best, and I'm going to do what I can, and accept the encouragement of those around me, and try to deal with the positive criticism, and move forward.
It means peace of mind, and stability. And I don't think when I was at Mayview, I wasn't like sick, but I was unstable based on the treatment that I had, the environment and the treatment that I had to deal with, And when I got out of that situation, my self-esteem just rose, and I developed confidence.
I'm still in the mode of recovery myself. I have major problems still, health problems. Like I mentioned earlier, memory problems. I tried to use the computer the other day at the library, and it's very difficult for me because I don't retain things and I don't pick up things as well. But as far as recovery goes, I have to keep that hope in my heart. Because if I don't, then I'm finished.